You've said it before. This time I'll change. Maybe it was about waking up earlier, eating healthier, starting a new project, or finally chasing that dream you've had for years. You meant it. You felt the fire that night. You even made a plan. But then life happened. The motivation faded. The same habits came back. And once again, you broke the promise you made to yourself. Sound familiar? You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just trapped in a loop, a cycle of intention without action. And if you've ever wondered why you can't stay consistent or how to finally become the person you keep promising to be, then this story is about you. Because the truth is, no one's coming to save you. No mentor, no motivational speech, no perfect timing. There's only one person who can change your life, you. Part 2. Why we keep making excuses. Excuses are comforting lies we tell ourselves to avoid the discomfort of growth. I don't have time. I'll start when I feel ready. I'm just not that type of person. But let's be honest, none of those are really true. What we're afraid of isn't the work itself. It's the change. Because change means letting go of the old version of ourselves, the one we've gotten used to. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance, that uncomfortable feeling when your actions don't match your beliefs. You say you want to get fit, but your actions say otherwise. You say you want success, but you spend hours scrolling instead of working. That inner conflict eats at you. It's not failure that hurts, it's knowing you're capable of more, but not doing it. Part 3. A real-life lesson. The 1% rule. Let's take a look at a real-life example. In 2003, British cycling was a joke. They hadn't won a single Tour de France in over a century. Their bikes were so bad that companies refused to sell them equipment, afraid it would hurt their brand. Then came coach Dave Brailsford. His philosophy was simple: the aggregation of marginal gains. If you improve everything by just 1%, your sleep, your diet, your technique, those small gains compound into massive results. Within 5 years, British cyclists dominated the Olympics and won 5 Tour de France titles in 6 years. That's the power of consistency. Not perfection, not waiting for motivation, just small daily progress. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to change something and never stop. Part 4. The truth about motivation. Motivation is like fire. It burns bright but fades fast. The secret isn't to stay motivated. It's to stay disciplined when motivation disappears. Think about this. When you're tired, do you still brush your teeth? Of course. Because it's not a decision, it's a habit. That's what success really looks like. When your goals become part of your identity. You don't say, I'm trying to wake up early. You say, I'm the kind of person who wakes up early. You don't say, I'm trying to be healthy. You say, I'm someone who takes care of my body. Identity fuels consistency, and consistency changes everything. Part 5. The story of David Goggins. There's no better example of this than David Goggins. At 24, he was 300 pounds, working a dead-end job and eating donuts in front of the TV. One night he watched a documentary about Navy SEAL training, and something in him snapped. He realized he had become everything he said he wouldn't. In that moment, he made a decision. Not to try, but to transform. He lost over 100 pounds in 3 months and went through SEAL training, not once, but 3 times. Goggins says, motivation is crap. Discipline is everything. He built an identity around doing the hard things. And that's what made him one of the toughest endurance athletes in the world. The lesson? You don't need to feel ready to start. You just need to start and let action create the feeling. Part 6. Breaking the cycle. Here's the truth. You won't suddenly wake up one morning as your best self. You'll build that person day by day. The first step is honesty. Be brutally honest with yourself. Write down where you are right now, your habits, your excuses, your fears. Because what you don't define, you can't change. The second step, ownership. Stop blaming time, people, or circumstances. Own your results, good or bad. And the third step, commitment. Not I'll try, not I'll see, but I'll do it, no matter how I feel. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up even when it's boring, hard, or uncomfortable. Part 7, the 3-step formula to change. Step 1, start small, but start now. Want to read more? Start with 2 pages a day. Want to get fit? Do 10 push-ups. The goal isn't to go big, it's to go consistent. Step 2, build systems, not goals. Goals are what you want. Systems are how you'll get there. For example, I want to lose weight is a goal, but I'll go to the gym at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's a system. Step 3, eliminate friction. Make success easier to do and failure harder. Lay your workout clothes out the night before. Keep your phone in another room when working. Make your environment support your goals, not sabotage them. Part 8, a surprising fact. Willpower is limited. Did you know that willpower actually runs out like battery power? Studies from Stanford University show that after making too many decisions, your brain experiences decision fatigue. That's why you feel drained after a long day, not just physically, but mentally. Successful people understand this. That's why they automate habits. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day, not because he lacked style, but because he didn't waste energy deciding. Discipline isn't about being superhuman. It's about managing your energy smartly. Part 9, the power of small wins. One of the most powerful ways to stay consistent is to celebrate progress. Each small win, waking up early, saying no to procrastination, finishing a workout, is proof that you're becoming who you said you'd be. Those moments matter because every small win rewires your brain to crave more success. You begin to realize you're no longer chasing motivation. You're becoming momentum. Part 10, the moment of choice. Every day you get 2 options. Continue living the way you've been. Start becoming the person you promised to be. And the difference between those 2 paths is one small decision. Today. Not next week. Not when things settle down, but now. Because change doesn't happen when you're ready. It happens when you're fed up with your own excuses. Part 11, a final realization. Becoming that person you dream of isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters consistently. It's about keeping the promises you make to yourself. Because when you break promises to yourself, you lose trust in your own word. But when you keep them, even the small ones, your confidence grows. You start to believe again. And that belief turns into momentum. And momentum turns into transformation. Part 12, a story that proves it. Let's end with one powerful story. In 1988, a man named John went blind at the age of 35. He fell into depression for years. But one day, he decided he wouldn't be a victim anymore. He started running, with his wife guiding him by voice. Soon he was training for marathons. Years later, John became the first blind person to run across the entire United States, 3,100 miles. He said, "I couldn't control what happened to me, but I could control what I did next." That's what this entire message is about. Part 13, no excuses. So, the next time you feel stuck, remember this. The gap between who you are and who you want to be is filled with one thing: discipline. No one's going to hand you the life you want. you build it, brick by brick, habit by habit. No more waiting, no more excuses, just action, because you already know what to do. Now it's time to become who you promised you'd be. This was No Excuses, how to become the person you keep promising to be. If this inspired you, don't just watch, act. Do one small thing today that your future self will thank you for. And if this story hit home, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep, real-life motivation. You've been watching The Mind Blueprint. Until next time, remember, excuses build walls, but actions build empires.